I asked you guys to send me the most impossible Gorilla Tag ideas to ever exist. Starting with this one, which says combine all Gorilla Tag maps into one. I got my friend Java to make it, and he said he would be done with it in the next 4 hours. If he makes it really good, I'll give him $100. So we'll check back on him later and move on to the next idea, which is Lemming's secret hideout. So as you can see, I should be in normal forest. And literally all my goal is to find a key that would lead me to somewhere hidden. But I'm not sure where this key is at. So I'm just gonna go look around for a bit and see if I can find it. It has to be somewhere secretive. Maybe here? No, doesn't seem like it. What about stump? It has to be in stump. There's no way. Yeah, I don't think so. Maybe behind stump. And whoa. Oh my gosh. I think this is where I need to put the key, but I'm not sure where the key is at. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think I need the key anyways. I just opened the door. Wait a second. If this is Lemming's secret hideout, then why is this door so tiny? Is he like 4 feet 4? What is this? I'm guessing all I have to do is put my hand over here and it should open this door and lead me to a secret hideout. 3, 2, 1. Oh my gosh. No way, dude. Oh my goodness. Wait a second. What is all of these? Whoa. It's like floating in my hand. Dude, this is sick. It's like freaking gorilla heads. We're getting generated in here. I'm guessing here he can monitor everything, but I think the real deal is actually over here. Is if I grab this and put it on the table, as well as this one and this one. Oh my gosh. There is no way. I don't think I need this thing. Get out of there. But dang, bro. We got the admin finger painter badge mixed together. This is so sick. Shout out to Cabbage for giving me this idea. But anyways, let's move on to the next idea, which is futuristic gorilla tag. And as you can see, when I walk out here, it's already full of metal, which, you know, is probably gonna be the future with AIs and stuff. What happened? Oh no. They like ruined it, dude. I'm hoping this is not the future for gorilla tag. They like made everything metal and like all robotic. Whoa, look at these. Okay, this is kind of cool. It's sort of like those windows you see in Dragon Ball buildings. And bro, are we trapped inside of here? There is no way. Golden lanterns? Huh? I mean, yeah, that's pretty futuristic. I mean, I guess we're just trapped in here and we're getting watched by all of these windows. And oh my gosh. Is that a freaking nuke? Please tell me I can launch this. That would be so freaking cool. Oh, my controller disconnected again. I love my controller. Guys, subscribe so I can buy a new controller because this one's not good. Anyways, let's see if we can somehow launch this nuke. I'm not really sure what happens, but I'm just gonna go ahead and freaking punch it. Oh, yeah. I think it's clear to say that that nuke is not getting launched anytime soon. But if it is, I'm getting the freak out of here. Anyways, let's check back on Java. Alright, it's the halfway point. And remember, if he makes all these maps combined look really good, I'll give him $100 without him knowing. Yo, Java, have you made any process yet?
Yeah, I've made a few maps, but I still need to add a lot more.
Do they look any good?
Yeah, they look pretty nice, I can't lie.
Alright, we will come back at the end of this video when the time is up. Good luck, Java. I'll see you at the very end. But what if I told you that after I left the futuristic map, the nuke launched, and this is what it has caused? And as you can see, it does look like normal forest, but there's one huge problem. If I make my way all the way over here, there should be a giant hole coming through this stump. Or I mean tree. It's a tree. How did the nuke cause this? I don't know. But if I make my way inside the tree, you can see that there's a portal down here. And without further ado, let's go freaking jump inside of it, shall we? Oh my goodness. We can already see like a red glow everywhere and like blue fog. I didn't know it was a scary game. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Yo. Hold on. How can a nuke possibly do this, bro? I mean, obviously I made the map, but like this is way more crazy in game than I would have thought. Oh my gosh, dude. I wonder what this is. Oh, wait. Is this Stranger Things? That's like really cool. Oh, wow. The sky is moving too, bro. And there's like multiple of these like black blobs on the ground. I wonder if that was something that's been there, but it's gotten burned by the nuke. It's like, this is just a wasteland now. Like, pretty much an abandoned forest. And as you see, there's like so many of these vines too. Like it probably planted like some venom crap in here or something, bro. And wait a second. Wait, we can't go back. No way. I just realized because the hole in the stump is completely gone. Wait a second. Is there like no way I can leave this map? Oh no. I wonder what's inside here. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh, dude. It's so dark in here. This is low-key scary. I'm getting out of here. Look at his. Look at this, bro. What the heck happened here? Yeah, let me know if you guys really like this map. And shout out to Cabbage for giving me this idea. But anyways, let's go back and check to Java. Alright, so Java just sent me the map, and I'm hoping that this is very good. Because remember, if this looks really good, I will give him $100 without him even knowing. So without further ado, let's go ahead and freaking load this map. Whoa. Okay, I can already tell that there's no skybox. Oh my goodness. That's like everything. Let's check out Forest first. Don't know why that is there. He added like everything, dude. They even had clouds. We'll check that out later, but oh my gosh. Is there anything in Stump? No, there's nothing. They even got gazebo. What is that? What is that? Oh, you can like go through the slide, I think. Oh, that's so sick. We're gonna test it out later. But for now, I want to go in order and start out with canyons. Canyons, 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 huh? Wow, this map is dead like usual. I mean, it is a desert. Whoa, whoa, he even added these. Let's freaking go, bro. That is so sick. Oh my gosh. Is that caves? Hold up. Let me just check this out a little bit more and we will go down the caves next. Okay, I'm almost up here. There we go, I made it. He even has the cactuses and like the freaking bushes, bro. That's funny. Let's go ahead and check out caves. I'm actually really excited for this one because it's like inside the canyon wall, bro. Imagine if he added like a monster Easter egg down here. That would be so funny. Oh my gosh. It actually is caves. What? Let's freaking go, bro. He actually added like the whole cave. Is that a secret entrance? Whoa. I'm low-key too scared to go down there. Okay, I'm finally out of the caves. Let's get the freak out of here. I think what we're gonna check out next is city up there. Because we are gonna go in order and see every map that is like closer to each other. Oh my goodness, bro. What happened here? What happened, bro? What happened with these? I mean, yeah, I guess there's just that, bro. I don't know if that's in city, but we have the entire store as well. Oh, I can use my creator code? Guys, remember to do that, please. And let's see. There's actual cosmetics, but they're black and have no textures. I mean, hey, that's fair. There's a mirror that doesn't work. A little disappointing. I wonder if there's anything else. Is there like a second floor? That'd be so cool, bro. Whoa, I can see through the floor. I mean, yeah, bro, that's in city. I feel like the next thing we should check out before clouds is gonna be mountains. And remember, I saw this tunnel down here. So my goal with this map is just to get through the freaking slide. Wait, is this slippery? It is! Let's go! Holy crap, bro, that is sick. Let's make our way up to the slide. And hopefully I can actually like use it. Because if I can't, I'll be very, very sad. I can't lie. Whatever. Let's go ahead and make our way up to this point right here. And let's go through the freaking slide in 3, 2, 1. Is it slippery? Yes, sir. Oh my gosh, it's so dark in here. I don't like this at all. Whoa, 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 whoa. Holy crud. I'm going so slow. And I made it! Let's go! That was so cool. I can't even lie. Now, how in the world am I gonna go from down there all the way up there? I am honestly not sure. I'm quite speechless, actually. Because I'm not sure how I'm gonna be able to do this. I guess there's just like a platform cloud. Oh, wait. I have to do some parkour. Wait a second. Oh. There's like nothing here, bro. Java? Excuse me, bro? Did he forget to add the giant leaf at the top? And like, where's all the huts, bro? That's definitely getting negative points for me. But in all honesty, guys, this map is so sick. I'm going to be Google translating gorilla tag 100 times and then making whatever results I get. Starting with the gorilla. Press translate and it looks like we got robot. So I think I'm gonna make the prototype from probably playtime. I'm gonna start off by duplicating his legs and place it down here because if you look at the actual prototype, you can tell that he has like these spider-looking legs. I gave him cake like the prototype has. I made his head bigger and gave him long fingers. And after that, I colored all of his arms and finally added the jester hat as well as his colors, which means we're fully done with the prototype. So let's go ahead and test it out in game. All right, I'm now in gorilla tag. And if I go ahead and make my way over to this jump looking thing, you can see that I have the freaking prototype right now. Oh my goodness, I look cursed as heck, dude. A little bit worse than expected. But let's go ahead and make our way into a modded casual lobby. I'm gonna just grab a potion, drink it, and we should become really big like the actual prototype. Yeah, I don't know. I think this might be a little too big. I'm pretty sure we can actually go out the map with this. Let me try. Oh, no, there's a barrier up there. But yeah, guys, this is not possible. I honestly rate this a 4 out of 10. But hopefully the next one gets way better. We're gonna be doing Doug the Bug, and let's see what we get. Looks like we got black, so I think I'm gonna make the Hollow Knight character. What I think I'm gonna do is make his shell over here turn into this like fur coat thingy that the character we were making has. But in order to actually make this, I'm gonna have to search up lavender fur texture, then pick a random one, change the color and saturation, and finally I gotta pixelate it. Let's try it out. And it low-key doesn't even look bad at all. So next up, I think I'm gonna remove both of these wings. Now I'm gonna turn his head white, and next up I'm gonna make his eyes fully black. I see the vision, guys. Next up, I'm gonna make his body fully black because there's still some green spots up here. And now the last thing for us to do is give him these horns. I low-key think this is pretty good so far, guys. So let's go ahead and test this out in game. Okay, we're back in game. Instead of having the prototype on, we're becoming the Hollow Knight Doug. Holy crap, this is tough. Let's compare ourselves to the real Doug. That's not Doug, but I think this works. Oh my gosh, I forgot I have my cosmetics on. Look at how big I am compared to the real Doug. And guys, I look way tougher. I can't even lie, dude. I don't think you've ever seen Doug this stripped out. Isn't that right, Doug? But wait, since I'm Doug, I should be able to fly. Oh yeah, we are balling right now. Real Doug in the building. Oh yeah, doesn't the character from Hollow Knight also have a sword? Well, let's just say I have one right now. I wonder if I could kill the real Doug and replace itself with me. Oh, I don't think that worked. And he just faced through a wall. I guess that makes logic sense. What about this dude? Nah, he's just gonna do the exact same thing. Oh, hello. Honestly, pretty cool, but let me check if I can make it outside the map. I almost can, but there's a barrier. Since the Hollow Knight character is like full of like skills and stuff, I feel like I could do a cool sword trick with the power of mods. You ready? Just gonna jump. Press A and land on my target. That was pretty tough, I can't even lie. I'm gonna be honest, this was way better than the prototype, so I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Anyways, on to the next one. Next up, we have Matt the Bat. Hit translate, and it looks like we got Orphan. So let's make Batman. So I'm gonna start by making the gorilla black. I then give him his abs as well as his logo. I added his belt. I added whatever these were on the arms. I added his mask, and finally added his eye. Let's go try it in game. Okay, so I'm now back in Gorilla Tag, and you might be wondering, why am I in this map? Well, if you take a look at the moon right now, there should be a symbol summoning the one and only freaking Batman. Oh, that was not tough. Okay. But yeah, guys, I am Batman now. I don't know why the eyes aren't working, but dang, I feel freaking tough. And I've also just installed a few mods to help me become Batman, starting with grappling hooks. We can just go from place to place. I could make it up there in seconds. Yeah, these are pretty much broken, I'd say. Oh my gosh, yes they are. Whoa! This is sick. Yeah, these are pretty buggy. So let's move on to the next mod, which is my wingsuit. So if I pull my arms out, I should start flying like this. Oh, heck yeah. You see how it's working? Oh my gosh. I actually feel like Batman. Let's do a cool trick with this real quick. So let's just say that the statue down there is the villain that I'm gonna have to beat. So I'm gonna jump down, fly around a little bit, and go attack him. Bam! And he's dead. That is a crazy technique. But you know what would be even crazier? Freaking zip lines. Watch this, dude. Oh my gosh. This is sick. I'm gonna make it to the top of this tall building and just zip line to somewhere random. Probably to that building right there. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna take a leap of faith in 3, 2, 1. Oh! That's sick, bro. Wait a second. I didn't even realize I placed that zip line. Let me try and jump over to it. Oh, and I made it. Let's go. Wait, can I get outside the map with this? That'd be sick, please. Oh, I can. That's so cool, bro. All jokes aside, though, this Batman cosmetic is very cool combined with these mods. So I'm gonna have to give it this a 9 out of 10. Anyways, let's go ahead and make some more. Next, we have the shark from Beach Map. Hit translate, and it looks like we got enhanced. So I think I'm gonna make the Sharpedo Pokemon. I now added the side piece to the shark, as well as this eye. Wow, this is looking cursed so far. I'm gonna make this black outline around his eyes, as well as right here and right here. Now I'm gonna select half of his top body and change the color to blue like this. And it's already looking way better, but we forgot to add the star at the front of his face. And that should pretty much be it. I really like how this turned out. So let's go ahead and try this in game. Alright guys, I'm now back in the game, and I'm currently on my way to the beach map. Because as you know, the cosmetic I just made is none other than the Sharpedo from Pokemon. This is sick, bro. And I've installed a crazy mod that lets me go insanely fast in the water. And oh my gosh, I'm actually very fast. I'm way faster than the other shark. Look at how I mog him, dude. And now I have practiced a few tricks for this video. For example, I could go all the way to the bottom down here and make my way up here and like jump out the water really high. Let me try one more time. That was bad. There we go. That was freaking high. Holy crap. Try one more time. Oh my gosh, you see how far I made it up? That was crazy, bro. Let me check how I look underwater. Dude, that looks sick. I fit here, bro. Also, I have one more trick down my sleeve. boom. You see that? If I was a shark like this, I would play beach all freaking day. And with that being said, I'm gonna have to rate this torpedo shark a 10 out of 10. I really like how it turned out, both in design and how it plays in game. Anyways, we have more to make, so let's go ahead and do that. Next up, we have the party hat. Let's translate it, and it looks like we got Halloween. I'm just gonna make a scary party hat. So I started off by adding some blood to the party hat. Then I added a few holes in it. Next, I added flesh to the party hat to make it more scary, as well as the flesh transforming outside the party hat. I feel like this really gives it a unique approach as a cosmetic. Let's go ahead and try it in game. And you might be wondering why I'm wearing the normal party hat. Well, I invented a feature that makes me able to make this hat I'm wearing right now cursed. And the way to do it is actually just going over to this campfire right over here, and literally all I have to do is put my head into it. 3, 2, 1. There we go. That should have worked. Let me check my camera. And as you can see, I have the cursed party hat. And what I didn't tell you guys is that the more I wear this, the higher chance I have of becoming a real ghost. And I know exactly how to make that happen. So if you follow me into a real city lobby and make your way over to the mirror, you can see nothing happens. There's actually a secret dark spot right here behind the mirror. So if I put my head inside that, it should let me become the ghost. And boom, guys. As you can see, I'm a real gorilla tag ghost now. Even with the party hat, which is pretty cool in my opinion. So low-key, I think I'm gonna go ahead and scare some kid with this, because I feel like that could be very funny. And if they actually get scared, I'm gonna show them the finger pointer. Yo, Blue.
What?
Do I look scary? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Wait, question. Do I look scary? Yes or no? Dang it, bro. Alright.
I mean, if you stand in the middle of the dark corner and just sit there and do that, maybe.
Hey, watch this. Watch this. Is this scary? I just stand here, pull this on. Do I look scary?
There was a fingerprint.
Where's the finger printer, bro? Wait, where's the flipping finger printer, guys? He had it on. I didn't see it.
No, you know what?
Me, I don't have it. Was it this dude? Sorry guys, I scared them too much. I have to leave. Well guys, I think that was a success. I'd honestly give that a solid 8 out of 10. I can't even lie, that was perfect. This is me surprising Jman Curley with his own Gorilla Tag cosmetics. But why? Well, over 4 years ago, he posted his very first Gorilla Tag video. And ever since then, he's become the main star of Gorilla Tag content creation. And that comes with a problem. He doesn't have his own cosmetic, and his current outfit doesn't match his branding at all. So what if I made him 4 completely unique cosmetics? How would he react? And what is he going to say? Well, let's get started. So I just searched through Jman's entire YouTube channel and found 4 common brandings that he used. Starting with the first one. So I'm seeing like either this type of tape or I'm just seeing this. But before I'm gonna do that, I will import a shirt and then fix the texture down here so this logo isn't there. That's actually really good. Now for the actual yellow tape, I will duplicate this shirt and copy this part right here. Now I'm gonna separate it. And after a bit of making the texture, it looked really good. And now it's of course time to add the phone behind the yellow tape. So after I made it, I made some finishing touches and it looked perfect. And now that I'm done with this, I'm gonna check if Jman is online. And as you can see, Jman Curley is currently offline, so I can check back later, but I still have time to make the next cosmetic, which is his curly hair. So I'm actually just gonna get his hair from this model and turn it into Gorilla Tag cosmetic. And after completely removing his face, I finally got the hair looking great. But in order to make Jman Curley have an insane reaction, I'll have to show my friend to see if they think he'll like it. Alright, so I'm about to call Subway and hopefully he answers. Yo, what's up, bro?
Yo, what's up?
So basically, I'm working on this crazy video where I make Jman Curley his own cosmetics, and I'm actually gonna show them to him later in the video, but I'm not sure if these are worthy of it yet. I still have 2 more cosmetics to make, but I just want to make sure that these first 2 are somewhat decent.
Come on, show me.
The first thing I made was the yellow tape shirt, right? And then the next thing I did was adding his hair. That was the second cosmetic. Is there like anything I could change? Because I want to make this as special as possible for Jman so he could have an insane reaction.
Dude, I gotta be honest, these cosmetics are terrible. If you really want Jman Curley to have an insane reaction, then these next few cosmetics should be something that's special to him.
I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. And with that in mind, I researched through Jman's entire YouTube channel once again and found the perfect solution for the next cosmetics. Alright, so I found a picture of Gonzalez right here. My plan for this cosmetic is that I'm gonna have this backpack, then I'm gonna open it somehow. Just give me a second. It's pretty much open now. My plan is I'm gonna put Gonzalez in this like backpack, but first I have to make him. So I grabbed this Gorilla Tag plushie model and then started off by making his arm shorter. And once I was done with that, I made his neck, which was honestly pretty hard, but I got it working. And at this part, I didn't even know if it was gonna look like Gonzalez, but I kept going anyway. So I then started making the head, which was one of the hardest things I've done in this process. And so after messing around with his head form a bit, I was starting to question myself if this would even look good. 'Cause let's be honest, this looks terrible. And thankfully, all I had to do was remove the texture, and then it actually look like Gonzalez. And the last thing I did for the model was add the legs, obviously. Let's move on to texturing. So I started out by adding his base colors, and they already look somewhat decent. I gave him the yellow tape and textured the rest of his body. And lastly, I added his boxing glove and positioned him in the backpack. And honestly, this turned out really solid. But wait, I gotta check if Jman is online. And as you can see, he's inactive right now, which means he can come online at any second. So I have to make the next cosmetic fast. So for the last cosmetic, I'll be making the main character's helmet from his favorite game and turn it into a smackle version with his own branding on it. And I found this model of his helmet somewhere on a random website, and I'm gonna make this thing look insane. And first off, I started by wrapping the helmet around with yellow tape, which took so freaking long. Then I added the yellow tape texture to it, and it looked pretty good. Then I added the additional tape models to it, which took forever, but it turned out amazing. Then I found this smackle logo, which I put on the helmet, and lastly, I drew on these purple looking lasers, and then I made the visor purple. But you have to wait and see what the final product looks like later on. So now let's go ahead and check if Jman Curley is online. And as you can see, Jman Curley is right now online, which is perfect. But before I send him the footage, I actually have to record it. So let me get on Gorilla Tag and do that right now. And after recording the half broken cosmetics, I could only hope that Jman Curley would notice it. So the last thing for me to do is edit the video and upload it to YouTube. And after around 4 hours of being locked in editing, it was finally time. And as you can see, I'm on the YouTube homepage right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up here and press create, upload video, and import the video of me showcasing it to Jman Curley. Okay, so it's uploading right now. Dude, I'm actually so nervous, bro. Like, what if he doesn't even like it? Well, that's not to worry for right now. I'm gonna make the name of the title Unreleased Jman Curley Gorilla Tag Cosmetics. There we go. Bro, you genuinely don't know how terrified I am. First of all, Jman takes so long to respond. Second of all, what if he doesn't respond? And third of all, what if he just doesn't like it? Like, I've spent the last week on this basically, and it all leads up to this moment. And while I waited for it to upload on YouTube, I made a quick thumbnail for it, and that should be it. So now I'm gonna copy the link and post the unlisted video. And now, if I go to my friends list right here and scroll down, you can see that Jman Curley is right here. He's online, as you can see. So if I go on his profile, I will send it. Dude, I'm actually so nervous, bro. Whatever. 3, 2, 1, post. Hopefully, he will see this and have a good reaction. And if not, then I don't know what will happen. But I will get back to you guys once he DMs me back. And I kid you not, but while I was editing this exact part of the video, the most unexpected thing happened. A notification sound played and I started recording immediately. I was kind of nervous to check my Discord, but on my second monitor, I saw a familiar face. And the guy who had DM'd me was none other than Jman Curley himself. As you can see, Jman just said, okay, cool, I can probably do this tomorrow for you. And I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. Yes. Oh my gosh. Bro, you cooked. Got me freaked out. No way.
I am about to react to Zkript's video. I have not seen any of this yet. Zkript, I am waiting for my 500 bucks though.
Over the past week, I've been working on 4 special cosmetics just made for you, and
oh, all right.
without any further ado, let me change into
See, bro, no
what I
pressure.
think is really good. Something like that. Take off all my cosmetics,
08. My code is 089, bro.
and I will start with the first one, which is yellow tape shirt.
Oh,
Yep, you
dude,
know.
that is so sick.
I've specially made this one because it's your branding, obviously. I don't know why I wouldn't make it, but it's pretty simple.
Pause, bro. What a W. This is the coolest thing ever. Dang, I almost feel like we should actually make this happen.
Anyways, on to the second cosmetic, which is
second one.
curly hair.
Oh, bro, that is so
Yep, I'll tie your
fire.
hair in Gorilla Tag. And
Dude,
as
we
you
need to
can
make this
see,
happen.
pretty fine. This next one I put a lot of effort into.
Oh my gosh,
which
that's so
is
sick. All right,
the
number 3, let's see.
With Gonzalez in it.
Wait, what, bro? All right, I love the backpack, but I'm gonna be real with you. Gonzalez looks a little cursed, but it's okay. I don't judge, man. It's freaking beautiful.
But yeah, this last cosmetic is not really my favorite. I can't lie. It's
Let's see
not
it.
that
Let's
great,
see it.
but it works. 3, 2, 1. Now, there's something I haven't told you,
What?
but the last few cosmetics are nothing compared to this one. He's surprising VMT with his very own Gorilla Tag cosmetic. But why? Well, he's one of the most loved Gorilla Tag YouTubers and over the years become one of the most iconic people in the game. But there's just one problem. He doesn't have his own cosmetic and his current outfit doesn't really fit him at all. So what if I made him 4 completely new cosmetics? How would he react and what is he going to say? Well, let's get started. Alright, I'm in my 3D software right now, and I think I'm gonna start off by making his overall. And bang! He's looking real snazzy right now. But he's not quite dripped out yet, so I'm gonna add a red shirt to it, as well as a friggin' cowboy hat. But now that I'm looking at it, this looks nothing like a hillbilly. So the solution to that is giving him teeth. And since the Gorilla Tag face is completely flat, I'll have to make a custom version of the Gorilla Tag head. So after studying how a gorilla would look with its mouth open, I ended up with this result, which freaking sucks. But you know what? This looks perfect in my eyes, and I think this will have a funny reaction come out of VMT. But to make it even more cursed, I'm gonna add this yellow ugly texture to the teeth as well as his own face to the Gorilla Tag head. Anyways, let's move on to the next cosmetic, which is his real life car. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is screenshot this, open a brand new google.com tab, click this little icon which lets me insert the image we just took, and then Google is gonna find the exact car model for us. Looks like it's a SF90 Spider. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy that name, go into Sketchfab and search up exactly what it gave us. I think this is actually the exact same one that he has. Okay, so I'm now back in my 3D software, and if you take a look back at the original image, I'm gonna try to replicate that color. Oh yeah, something like that works perfectly. Yeah, I think this is pretty much done. Let's go ahead and test this out in game. Alright guys, I'm now in game, and as you can see, if I go over to this stem looking thing and press this button, as you can see, we have the first cosmetic, which is a freaking hillbilly. And then for the next cosmetic, we have of course the freaking car. Oh my gosh, I actually can't see a thing. But before I move on to the next cosmetic, I'm gonna show these first 2 to my friend to make sure that VMT has a good reaction. Okay, I'm about to call Sentius, which is one of VMT's friends, so hopefully he'll respond. So I've been working on this giant video, right, where I surprised VMT with its own cosmetics. And I know you're a friend of VMT, so hopefully, you know, you can tell if you like it or not.
I'll try.
Are you ready for the first one?
Yo, let me take a guess. Is it VMT Hillbilly? Yo, what is this, bro? That is disgusting.
I know, bro. But this one's more of a troll thing. And then I'll do like a cool cosmetic at the end. What do you think of this one?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah?
It's disgusting.
You ready for the second cosmetic?
Yeah.
Alright. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh.
Does he still have this car?
You want me to confirm it? I'll just tell him to tell me the car.
That'd be so helpful. Do you think I should work on anything specific or do something for the next upcoming cosmetics?
Actually, yeah.
What?
You want me to ask Elliot? Because Elliot would be down to help.
Alright, thanks for the help, bro. I'm gonna see you later. Let me know about the thing you told me you were gonna ask VMT.
Alright, bet.
And with that, I think it's a perfect time to move on to the next cosmetic, which is his own outfit. And I started off by adding a gray shirt and then imported Jman Curley's hair from my last video. This obviously does not look anything like VMT's hair, so I'm gonna have to deform it a bit. And after an hour of doing that, I decided to change his hair color, which looks way better. But if you take a look at VMT's actual hair, you can see that we are far from being done with it. So after messing with his hair model for an extra hour, I finally got this result, which I think looks perfect. But to spice it up even more, I'm gonna add a banana hat to it. And with that, here's the final result. And since we're done with this, I'm gonna call back Sentius and see what he thinks. Alright, Sentius, the reason you're back is because I've just made one more cosmetic. And if you take a look at my screen share right now, I will show you it. This is a freaking VMT cosmetic, bro.
You look, you got the mullet.
The mullet, yeah.
The hair texture's really good.
Yeah, I like stole Jman's hair and like, you know, formed it into VMT's. But besides that, I added his little banana hat.
That's cool. Oh, what about the back of the head, bro? What happened there?
VMT's not gonna look at that, bro. But, you know, what do you think of
I
it?
think it's pretty tough.
Alright, bro, you let me know when Elliot responded and I'll see you later.
I bet.
So after waiting for hours on end and getting no response from Sentius, I didn't know if he was actually going to respond. Matter of fact, even helped me. So after waiting over 24 hours, I took a shot again and DM'd him, and he actually responded this time. But don't get your hopes up, because this is the worst edition ever, bro. But I do think I have an actual good idea for the next cosmetic, so let's go ahead and make that. And I started off by inputting the last cosmetic we made, as well as the one I made for Jman a while back. I then decided to add 2 trees, and you'll see why later on. But for now, I decided to post Jman and VMT on both trees, and trust me, bro, VMT will love this. But whenever I tried importing the cosmetic into the game, I ran into a huge problem. You see, when I try adding a texture to the gorilla, it ends up looking like this, which is very wrong. So after a few hours of trying to fix it, I finally figured out why. And with that being fixed, I hopped in game and recorded the showcase for VMT. So without any further ado, I think it's finally time to show it. Alright, as you can see, I'm right now on the YouTube homepage, and if I go up to this create button over here, I'm gonna go ahead and press that and press upload video. And now I'm gonna import the video I just made for VMT. Bro, I'm actually so nervous, bro. Like, Imagine if he just doesn't even like it, dude. Well, I don't think I'll worry about that right now. And I think I'm gonna make the title Leaked VMT Gorilla Tag Cosmetic. I definitely feel like this is a good enough title for him to watch it. Dude, this is so nerve-wracking, bro. Because sometimes VMT takes like a long time to respond. And like, I'm just overall really nervous on how this is gonna go. Because what if he doesn't even like the cosmetics and what I've made? Well, anyways, I think that should be it. So I'm gonna go ahead and publish this unlisted video. And if I go ahead and go to my friends list over here and press all, I can scroll down all the way down here until I see VMT. Hold on, guys. This might take a bit. He's right there. I'm gonna go ahead and press on his DM. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm actually so nervous. I have a really huge feeling that he won't like it. And I'm just scared. I'm really scared about that. I can't lie. Okay, I'm gonna send it in 3, 2, 1. Alright, hopefully he will see this and have a good reaction out of it. Anyways, I'll see you when something happens. Alright guys, I just woke up and I think I'm gonna check Discord to see if VMT has responded. And oh my gosh, guys. As you can see, I have 4 DMs from VMT, bro. Oh my gosh. Without any further ado, guys, let's go ahead and check out the message where he said, yo, done. Alright, guys, let's go ahead and check out this reaction.
So Zkript made me something and I have no idea what it is, but he sent me a YouTube video link to react to. I'm really excited because of what he made for Jman, and this says leaked VMT Gorilla Tag Cosmetic full showcase. Okay, let's go.
For the past month, I've been working on 4 cosmetic customly made just for you.
Okay, bet.
Like them because I spent a lot of time on these, like a lot. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and change into your color code. Something like that works perfectly fine.
It's not my
now,
color
if you follow
code.
me over here, as you can see,
This isn't my color code at all. I'm literally 9 out of 9.
first cosmetic we have is a fracking hellbelly. So you see, we got the.
What is this? This literally isn't even cosmetics. This is just a face and regular Gorilla Tag Cosmetics. I was really excited for this.
You know, I worked a lot on this, but yeah, I hope.
Yeah, you worked really hard on that
You
one.
know, you love being called a hillbilly again.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
all
yeah,
love
yeah.
calling you that.
Yeah, yeah,
Anyways,
just like
the next cosmetic is your own freaking car, bro. I
Bro,
don't like.
this isn't even my car. This is Cash's car, bro.
Let me know
Oh
what you
my
think of
God.
that one.
That's
I
not even my
personally
car,
think
bro.
It's pretty cool. And now for the next cosmetic, I think you will personally really like this
Bro,
one, okay? But
okay,
before I put
whatever.
it on, I'm gonna have to change
It's gonna be something so weird and so wrong.
my color code to white, just to make it more accurate.
Okay, now we want to go to my color code. So you knew what it was.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this on in 3, 2, 1. It's a freaking VMT cosmetic, yo. This is
Okay,
freaking lit, bro. So we got,
okay.
you know, we got your hair
This is
pretty
pretty fire.
accurate. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying? Do not
nice.
mind the back of the head, by the way, please.
Oh.
Anyways, are you ready for this last
I like
cosmetic?
it. I like it. That was cool.
Sadly, I couldn't get this one working in game,
You
so
couldn't get
I'm
it
gonna
working
have
in
to give it a
game?
different approach. So if you follow me over here, VMT, I have
Where
a
are we
very, very special cosmetic that I was gonna make for you. And what I'm trying to say is that, do you remember this video?
Hello and welcome back to the Real Tech.
Because if so, do you remember this exact
do.
tree that I'm standing on and
I
the
do
blue
remember
monkey you were
that.
talking to?
You good?
Well,
I do
we all know
remember.
that this is where the most iconic duo was created, and that was exactly what the last cosmetic was supposed to be. You and Jman and Curley waving to each other for the very first time.
Yo! Bro, this is so awesome. Whoa, that was sick. That was so fire. I am blown away. Thank you, Zkript. Everybody drop a sub.
This is my brother about to realize that he's getting his own VR headset. But first, I told him that he's getting 5 custom Gorilla Tag cosmetics for his birthday. And what he doesn't know is that I'm secretly gonna surprise him with his own VR headset that he's been wanting for years. How is he going to react? And what will he say to the cosmetics? Well, his birthday is in 4 days, so I gotta work on the first cosmetic, which is his own cat. And before I do anything, I'll have to go outside and find my cat to get some references for the cosmetic. And after searching through the entire place that I live, I finally found him. So I took a few pictures and now it's time to model him. And the first thing I made was this head, which honestly doesn't look like what I was going for. So I made a new model and it looks worse. Then I finally got his head looking right. So I then added the texture and it looked amazing. Finally, I added his body and I called it a day. But without realizing, it had been 12 hours. Which means I gotta lock in with the next few cosmetics in order to make him have an insane reaction. And the next thing I'm gonna be making is a Manchester United shirt. Okay, so for this one, I'm gonna try to make it as good as possible because he's been a fan of the team for years. And even going as far as putting a custom metal plate of the logo on his room and putting a shirt on my dog. And to start off, I found this random shirt somewhere online. Then I turned the color red inside of Photoshop and started adding black stripes to it. And once done, I added the Manchester United logo to the shirt and the Adidas logo. And after importing it into my 3D software, I did a lot of adjustments to the shirt and ended up with these two versions. One with black stripes and one with white stripes. And I honestly like both really well. And to make sure that my brother has an insane reaction, I'm gonna show them to my friends to see what he thinks. So I'm about to call Subway, which is the guy from my last video that literally saved the surprise I was making for Jman and Curley. So let's hope he does that again. Okay, so this time I'm not making any cosmetics for any YouTuber, but instead I'm actually making it for my brother. So I want this to be really special, you know? So the first thing I made was this cat. Basically, he has a gray cat, and I turned it into like a Nintendo 64 type model. The next thing I made was this Manchester United shirt. He's such a big fan of this team. And I also made one with the black stripes on it. What do you think?
Dude, I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but these cosmetics are like really bad.
Bro. I thought these were like good.
If you actually want your brother to freak out in a good way, make something he connects with or something he genuinely wants.
Like, what do you mean?
Is there anything he like really wants?
Wait, low-key, I have the best idea, bro. Thank you so much, dude. Actually, thank you. I'm gonna go now and work on these cosmetics because I only have like 2 days left, so I gotta do this fast.
All right, see you, bro.
See ya. And the next thing I'll make is a John Deere cat. My brother's been a fan of tractors for so many years, and I think John Deere is his favorite one. We even live on a farm and have so many tractors ourselves. And I'm not even gonna lie, but I think he has one of these cats in real life. So this is just perfect. Okay, so I found this reference on Google and I really like how it looks. And I have the official Gorilla Tag cap in my 3D software. So the only thing I really have to do is make the texture. And I started off by making the white part of the hat and then the red part of the hat. And lastly, I removed the Gorilla Tag logo. I then added the John Deere logo and changed the logo to match the original reference that I had. And I could you not, but making this one logo look good took an hour. But here's how the final version looks. I actually really liked how this one turned out, so I'm gonna make a green version as well. So after recoloring every single bit of the hat, it actually looks somewhat good, or, well, sort of. There's a problem though. I only have 1 day left until his birthday, so I gotta lock it in this last cosmetic, which is a VR headset with a gift wrap on. I know it sounds goofy, but I am making this for his early birthday, and I haven't been able to give him any good gifts these past years, so this might be the only chance to do so. And he's always wanted a VR headset for Christmas, but he never got a chance to get one. But on the other hand, I did, and since I'm actually doing YouTube now and I can earn money from it, I decided to buy him a Quest 3S, which I'm gonna surprise him with later on. Anyways, let's start making it. I found a 3D model on a random website and adjusted the VR to fit the gorilla's head. And once I was done, I imported all the cosmetics I made into Gorilla Tag. But before I show it to my brother, I'm gonna set all this stuff up for his birthday inside of my room to hopefully fit the vibe of his birthday. So I found a stack of letters that says happy birthday on it, but I just don't really know where to put it. So after searching around for a bit, I chose to do it on the floor. And after setting everything up correctly, it was time for the second part of the birthday party, which is making the cake. Shout out to my mom for baking the cake for our entire family. So go in the comments and say W mom. Anyways, I took a dish and got a knife to cut out the cake with. And once I was done cutting, I went over to my room with a slice of cake, and my dog was for some reason here and took a bite of the cake, which honestly tasted pretty good. But after a bit of realization, I didn't think my brother was gonna come. I don't think he's coming, bro. It's been like 20 minutes since I made the cake, set everything up, and I'm not sure if he's gonna come. And after waiting a bit, I decided to eat the rest of the cake. So as you can see, I just ate the entire cake. It's almost been an hour, and my brother is not coming over, so I'm a little nervous. And look, right here, I've hidden my VR, so he won't notice it, and that's the one I'm gonna give to him. So I can't wait. I'll see you when he's over here. And after waiting for hours and hours on end, it was finally time to record with my brother. But sadly, that's when the worst thing happened. Dude, you gotta be kidding me. My headset died right when I was about to show my brother, and he was literally just here, about to show him, and then my headset died. I'm gonna come back in like 2 hours, and hopefully, you know, he should react. I'll see you there. So after waiting and waiting so freaking long, it was finally time to record with my brother. Alright, so I just got on Gorilla Tech to show my brother the cosmetics. And are you ready for the first cosmetic?
Yes.
Which is your own cat. Now, guess who it is?
Our cat.
That's correct. It's Gombi. Now, can you rate it from 1 to 10?
8.
An 8? Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. And for this next one, there is this version.
Wait, that's fire.
There's also this version. Now, what would you rate this cosmetic out of 1 to 10?
10. It's cool.
And as you can see, my brother was enjoying these cosmetics a lot, but just wait until I give him the VR headset at the end. Anyways, on to the next cosmetic. Yeah, I don't know, bro just laughed at my cosmetic that I've spent 2 hours making. I also made this version of the hat.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Now, what would you rate this one?
7.
And this was finally it. These past 4 days all lead up to this moment where I show him the last cosmetic. And to be honest with you guys, I wasn't sure how he was going to react to it, and I was quite nervous after all. And I just wanted to pause to say thank you all so much for subscribing and making this possible in the first place. And before I show you the cosmetic, if you could just please go down and subscribe, that would mean so much. Anyways, enjoy. Now for this last cosmetic, it's something you've wanted for a very long time, and it's your very own VR headset. Dit is...
Nej.
Jo.
Nej.
Ja, det er.
Nej.
Ja, det er.
Svøv på den.
Det er dit, det er for dit tidlige fødselsdag. Do you like him? But yeah, happy early birthday, bro. Hope you enjoyed the headset. My brother then went on and played Gorilla Tag for hours on end. Gorilla Tag is filled with horror-related subjects, but none of them are actually real. They might have creepy noises and characteristics, but they are missing one key feature. They're just not scary anymore. Which is why today, I will be creating the scariest Gorilla Tag subject that has ever been seen in the game. And to do that, let's go ahead and open Blender and start working. And I have a perfect idea on how I'm gonna make this look terrifying. And as you can see, I've already set up the grass. So let's go ahead and add some tree and leaves. Alright, I just added in a tree, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move it over here, which I also did for the following trees as well. And that means we have to have the leaves now, which was pretty easy actually. But now we can't have a scene looking like this without walls, because that'll just set off the vibe that it's gonna be scary, which literally ruins the whole point of it. And to make a wall, what I'm gonna have to do is Shift A, add a plane right here, and I'm just gonna move it to the side a bit, then press Tab, which is gonna let us go in edit mode. I'm gonna select the side piece right here, and just start moving it around to make it look like the Gorilla Tag walls. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and add the wall texture, and then we should be done with that. And now to make Gorilla Tag actually look scary, we of course need a Gorilla Tag ghost. And luckily I have a bunch of these Gorilla Tag ghost models, so I'm just gonna go ahead and add one. And now it's time for the posing, which shouldn't take that long. Just like that. But I feel like this isn't enough for it to be scary. So what I'm gonna do to make him look scarier is that I'm gonna duplicate him, and then I'm gonna go over to this green guy right here, and then I'm gonna go through these layers until I see these things on the arms. Now what I could do is move this arm, move it in front like this, and as you can see, we have just added an extra arm. And now the next thing I could do is add an additional head over here. So I'm just gonna go ahead and look through my models again and see what we can find. Now I just inputted the head to the map, and oh my, it already looks super scary. So if I just select this guy's head right here while selecting the other guy's head, I can just move them in the middle like this, and there we go. It looks super scary already. And trust me, this is gonna look insane at the end of the video, so make sure to watch to see the final product. Anyways, I feel like I could select this tree over here and just move it out the way like this. Then I can move this tree right here, and since I removed this tree right here, I might as well remove the right tree as well, because what I'm gonna do is select this back tree right here and then move it forward, and then I'm gonna rotate the tree to this side so this branch sticks out to the left side. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select this blue monkey right here, and I'm gonna press Tab, which lets me go in edit mode. And if I go over here to this vertex group section right here and scroll all the way up, you can see that it says head right here. And once I click it and press select out here, that selects the entirety of this head, which lets me separate it. If I press P, then selection, and if I press Alt P and press clear parent, that is gonna let me have the head freely separated, and now I can literally do anything with it. In this case, what I'm gonna do with it, I'm gonna rotate his head upside down and then move him under this branch right here, scale it down of course. And now if I select the blue character's rig and press Ctrl Tab to go in pose mode, I can select this ball right here and this hand down here. And what that's gonna let me do is move this arm only, and now I'm gonna rotate it the opposite way, and now I'm gonna move his arm up like this. And now what I could do is add a rope holding his head from this branch. So I just grabbed this rope from another project that I had. So now I'm gonna rotate this so it faces the camera, scale it up a bunch, and now I'm just gonna select the bottom row of this rope, move it up a bit, and I'm just gonna adjust it a bit. I'm just gonna go ahead and change this blue guy's color to red, and then change the ghost color to his dark blue. And I don't know why, but the head decided to move over here. I'm just gonna go ahead and move it back. And I'm just gonna change his color and move him back in the spot he used to be. And there we go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and experiment with some colors for the ghost, and I feel like this one looks pretty good. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and add a flashlight. And now I'm just gonna add a bit more lights, and then we should be done for the blender part. Because the next thing we're gonna have to do is go in Photoshop and really make this look intense. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is mask out every single object, which I'm gonna start off by doing with the flashlight, because I'm pretty sure it's the easiest one. There we go. Then I'm gonna do the ghost. I'm just gonna mask this thing out right here. And then I should be done with it. And there we go. I'm now done with masking out the ghost. I'm just gonna press Ctrl J to duplicate it, make sure it's all masked, and yes it is, as you can see. Actually, I have to fix this thing down here, so let me just go ahead and do that. There we go. And now I'm gonna go ahead and mask this tree right here, which is gonna be important later on in the video. Got the arms. We don't need that mask. There we go. I just masked out the tree, and now I'm gonna mask out this head. All right. And since we basically have everything masked now, what I'm gonna do is go down to the bottom layer right here, make a new layer, get the brush tool, lower the flow and opacity to something random, and then select the black color up here. And what I'm gonna do is make a vignette around the characters. I'm gonna make sure to get a lot over here. So what I'm gonna do is make a flashlight shine over here, which we're gonna do later. And I can shape this arm like a tiny bit. And I'm gonna go ahead and shape the tree over here, because it really needed that. And I'm gonna go ahead and shape the ghost. Should get the shadows up here, down here as well. Because our main light source is gonna come from this flashlight right here. I'm gonna make sure to get the shadows over here done. And I'm gonna make a new layer again, fill out the layer with gray, and change the opacity mode over here to overlay. Just gonna let us use the burn tool over here and make the shadows look really nice. And if not, even better, which is really what we're looking for right now. There we go. And now we can go ahead and do it with the background as well. Same with the tree over here. Just like that. That looks pretty good. So now the next thing I could do is add some fog. So I'm gonna go over here and select the brush tool and get a cloud brush. I think I'm gonna select this one right here. Yep, looks pretty good. I'm gonna make the color white, make a brand new layer, and just start filling out this place with fog. That's gonna help it look really scary, which is what we're looking for. I erase a bit over here and down here. I could add some over here as well. Then I'm gonna turn down the fill, tiny bit like that, opacity as well. And the next thing we can add is blood. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a new layer, get my custom blood brush over here. Then I'm just gonna go ahead and start adding blood to the ghost. There we go. And now I'm gonna go ahead and change the layer mode over here. And after messing around with it for a bit, I came up with this, which looks really nice. So now I can add some to the trees and this character in the background. There we go. Also some on this tree right here, especially around this arm, like that. Nice. And then I'm gonna change the layer mode over here. That one looks pretty good. There we go. And I feel like there's way too much fog in the middle, so I'm just gonna go ahead and lower the opacity of it. Actually, I don't even think we need fog in the middle, because this right here looks pretty good. And now what I'm gonna go ahead and do is add glare to the flashlight. Just add it over here to this. But the glow isn't that strong right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and duplicate it a bunch of times. And you can see it gives a much better result, just like that. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do some highlights on this. Just the white brush over here and just start shading it around the edges like this, just to give it that highlight effect that we're looking for. That just really helps it look more realistic, which is what we're looking for. So, and now what we're gonna do is add exposure right here, and I'm just gonna put the exposure up like this, the gamma correction down. Now I'm gonna click this white box right here and press Ctrl I. I'm just gonna invert the mask. Then I'm gonna grab a gray color up here and just like make the brush super big, click it, make it smaller, make it black. Now there's this circle like effect. If you make this brush even smaller again and make the brush gray again, maybe a bit more light gray, you can see that it gives it this flashlight effect which we're looking for. And now I can just make it a bit brighter over time, and then you can see that it's gonna give us this really cool flashlight effect. Now I'm gonna lower the flow and opacity, just start drawing like this. There we go. And now I do feel like it needs a bit more vignette, so let me just go ahead and add that. Now I'm just gonna change the perspective of the actual flashlight to make it more realistic, just like that. Now I'm just gonna copy and paste the exposure and put it onto the ghost and mess around with these settings, almost like that. I feel like maybe a bit more down, and there we go. That looks good. And now for the last thing we could do to really spice things up is select top layer, press Ctrl Shift Alt E. Just gonna put every single layer into one. Then I'm gonna go up to filter, camera raw filter, and really mess with these settings right here. There we go. Mess with the texture, clarity as well, and dehaze. Also vignette right here. Add a grain to it, just make it a little more scary and eerie. And I'm gonna go down here and mess with the highlights, just like that, and go all the way down here and mess with the sharpness and color noise reduction. And there we go. And as you can see, there's a huge difference with camera raw and without. So that's really the secret I use to make my images look so good. We all know and love Gorilla Tag for being a VR game, but what if it was a cartoon instead? How would the player model look? What about the maps and cosmetics? Well, in this video, I'm going to turn everything from Gorilla Tag into a cartoon, starting with the player model. And to make it into a cartoon, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the brush over here and just start sketching out the monkey. But before I go ahead and draw it, what I have to do is go up to the symmetry over here, click it, select the vertical one, then just put it in the middle like this. And now every single thing I'm gonna draw is gonna be symmetrical, meaning that it's gonna look way nicer. And I'm gonna go ahead and draw the head first. That's a goofy looking head. I'm just gonna go ahead and draw the circle like this, make it nice and smooth. There we go, that's a perfect circle. But I'm not really satisfied with the bottom row of the head. I'm just gonna erase it and redraw it. There we go, this already looks way better, but I just have to fix up the edges a little bit. And there we go. I should be done with the head form now. And so the next thing I could do is add the torso, which is going to be really simple. All I have to do is just draw the chest fur like so. That looks pretty nice. And now I could prepare for the armpit down here. So I'm just going to add this little subtle edge right here. Speaking of arm, let's go ahead and make it. There we go. That looks really nice. But again, we're not done at all. The next thing I have to do is just make the face. And it's more simple than you actually think. Because all I have to do is draw the face shaped like so. Make sure to get the edges right up there. Smoothen it down a bit and move it back in. And there we go. We now have a goofy looking gorilla. But trust me, it's gonna look way better later on. So keep watching. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and draw the mouth and make the nose right up here because that's where the gorilla tag nose is placed. And now for the actual eye, I'm gonna make a new layer just so I can mess around with it later on. But to start making the eye, what I usually do is make the brush a bit tinier and just start forming out the eyes, kind of just like that. And that does look pretty decent. And now what I do after that is make my brush bigger, make a new layer again, then draw a black circle in here. And there we, oh no, that looks sad. And I feel like that looks pretty good. And so the next thing I'm gonna do is grab a white color up here, turn off symmetry, and then draw these white dots over here. Already looks way better than before. But one thing I did notice is that the eyes look a bit goofy down here, so I might have to redraw them, but it shouldn't take that long. Draw the eyes back down like this, and make sure to make it look good this time. Actually, it's not that bad, just scrap that. And I gave him ears just for fun, because I feel like I would add on to the cartoon look that we're going for. And with that, I'm finally done with the base of the sketch. And now it's time to color everything, which isn't actually that hard. And for this gorilla, I'm gonna make him red. So I'm gonna make a layer under the outlines that I've drawn, and then I'm just gonna start by filling everything out. It's nice and subtle like that. And as you can see, I'm finally done coloring everything red. And now I just have to color out the parts that are gray. Nice and round like that. Loop it around in a circle until I'm done with it. And there we go. Now the torso is colored. And now I just have to do with the face and the ears. And then there we go. I'm finally done with it. So now to really make it look like a cartoon, what I have to do is shade it and really make it have that cartoon look. So the first way I'm gonna do this is by making a new layer and get a darker shade of red and just start shading the red. Could actually make the shadow a bit more wide because I feel like it needed a little bit more. And there we go. That looks pretty nice. And now I have to draw the shadows under his head, nice and smooth like that. And I also feel like I could shade under his face, also to give it more personality. Also a little bit up here. Nice, nice. Looks pretty good. And I feel like that's pretty much done with most of the shadows. And now what I'm gonna do is grab a darker tone of red and then lower the opacity of the layer. Just kind of mess around with it, and it really gives off to the cartoony look that we were going for. And since I'm pretty much done with the shadows of the red color, I'm gonna go ahead and do the highlights. And to start it off, I'm gonna make a new layer and just grab a lighter tone of red and start shading the outlines like this. Also a bit more on the head as well, just like that. Now I'm gonna grab an even lighter color of red, make a new layer again, and really start making these highlights go crazy. Now I'm gonna grab a big brush like this and just give the character a really big highlight, and you'll see why in a bit. Just gonna erase the parts that I don't need of it, and now I'm gonna lower the opacity of it again, and it's gonna give us this really cool highlight looking effect. But now we're not done at all yet actually. One more thing I have to do for the highlight is make a plain white brush and make a new layer again and just start shading a tiny bit of the edges, and it's gonna give us this really cool highlight effect that's really often used in cartoons. There we go. But if you couldn't tell already, there's something missing, and that is to shade the torso and face, which should actually be way easier. There we go. I could also shade under the eyes a bit like that, also the mouth and the nose as well, also a bit on the ears, also a tiny bit on the edges of the face. There we go. And now I'm gonna grab a darker tone of gray and make a new layer again and really fill out some areas that need shadow. All right, there we go. Nice. Now the last thing we have to do for the chest fur and face is give it highlights. Just gonna draw a subtle highlight like this, and also on the face a little bit, just to give it that nice effect that we're going for. Nice. There we go. That looks really awesome. And now I just gotta do it on the ears, and now we're basically done. What I'm gonna do now is make a brand new layer and make it completely gray, and now mask it to the red fur so it only affects that. And now I'm gonna change the blend mode over here from normal to overlay and just start shading it like this. And now I could do the exact same thing for the torso and face. And now I'm finally done with it, but I feel like there's one more thing we can add to it, which is cosmetics. And for this cosmetic, I'm gonna make the face mask and the tree badge. So I'm gonna start off by getting a white brush and then draw out the rubber from the face mask. And now I'm gonna grab a black brush and start forming out the face mask. There we go. And now I'm gonna grab a blue color like this and just start painting the face mask. There we go. This looks awesome. So let's go ahead and make the tree badge. And there we go. And remember, this is only level 1, and level 3 might be the craziest one yet. So make sure to stick around to see that. The map that I'm gonna recreate today is actually the forest map because it's the most iconic one in the game. And what's the most iconic thing in forest is stump because that's when you spawn when you join the game. So my idea is we get some grass right here like that. Then we get stump right here like so. That's the base of the model. So now what I'm gonna do is add the big branch over here. Now let's do the small branch over here. The next thing I can add to the stump is a ramp. I'm gonna draw a ramp like this. Just make sure it goes out here. Then I'm gonna make another one go up here. Then there. Now we're gonna have to enter the stump right there. There we go. And an additional thing we could add is the ramps over here. So I'm just gonna make a slight little ramp over here that goes up. And then have the foot down here that's gonna support it. So now it's time to color everything. So I'm gonna grab a soft brown color over here. Make a new layer. And just start filling in the colors. And just like that, we have the whole stump color. But we of course need a little bit of shading on it. Because otherwise it wouldn't look like a cartoon. So I'm gonna grab a darker color of brown, make a new layer, just start shading it. I'm also gonna add a bit of shading to the ramp. Nice, looks pretty good. And now I could add an even darker color of brown and shade just the slight edges of the shadow. I could do the same thing on this ramp down here. Nice, looks pretty good so far. And lastly, I'm gonna shade a little bit on this branch, and then we're pretty much done with the shadow. No. But I feel like we could add a little extra one right here because it's a bigger shadow, and that should be good for that. But now let's go ahead and do the highlights, which I'm gonna grab a lighter tone of brown for and just start shading it. And if you haven't noticed already, the lighter source is coming from over here, so I'm gonna have a massive highlight coming from this side just to make it really look realistic, but also still looking like the cartoon style that we're going for. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of it on the ramp as well, just like that. Now I'm of course not gonna forget this branch up here. And now I'm gonna make a new layer again and grab a really light brown. And now I'm just gonna shade this brown on the edges of the highlight. And I'm also gonna do it on the staircase right here, just like that. I forgot to add like the actual wood pieces on it. And to achieve this effect, I'm gonna grab a really dark brown, just draw it like this. And now I'm gonna go ahead and give it some details like these small little spikes right here, just to give it some more depth. And just like that, I'm basically done with it, but it does look a little bit odd right now. And simply I'm gonna fix it by lowering the fill over here, and now it already feels a little more natural, and that should be done for the stump, which I'm not gonna lie looks really cool. So now we could go ahead and color the ramp over here. Just gonna have more of an orange color. There we go. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and shade it a bit, and I'll see you when I'm back. Little does my viewers know, I'm just gonna go eat. Now I'm gonna go ahead and color the grass. And since it's a cartoon, I'm gonna make the grass really vibrant just because that's usually what kids love. And now I'm gonna go ahead and shade the grass. And for the grass, I don't really have to do anything crazy because we're just trying to keep it simple. And now I'm gonna go ahead and do the highlights, and then we should be done with this grass. There we go. And I'm now officially done with the grass. And now for the last thing we have to do with level 2 is add the rock wall in the background. And to do that, I'm gonna grab this highlight color I used for the stump and then make the color a little bit lighter up here and just fill out the entire thing. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and foam out the rocks, and then I should be good. There we go, but it doesn't really look that good right now. But to make it look good, I'm gonna double click the rocks, add a bevel to it, and I'm gonna make a new layer, grab a dark shade of brown, and just start shading it like this. It's not gonna look good at first, but trust me, it will later on. There we go, and I'm now done with the forest. So let's go ahead and move to level 3, which is the best one yet. And for the third and final level of the cartoon, what I'm gonna do is make a logo for it. And trust me, this is gonna look insane. So what I'm gonna do is make it a wooden sign with lava coming out of it. So to start off, I'm gonna draw a line like so, extend it out, pull it up, then pull it back slightly. I'm just gonna keep repeating that. Wow, I really messed it up. Okay, let me just go ahead and redo that. So I'm gonna draw a straight line like this. There we go. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and draw the actual planks on it. And yes, this is looking perfect so far. And now I'm gonna make a new layer, and instead of having it all be a wooden plank, I'm now gonna draw the lava pumping out of it. And trust me, this is gonna look insane at the end. So I'm gonna start off by making the lava drip right here. There we go. Make it nice and wobbly like that. There we go. That looks awesome. But I do have to fix this little edge right here. There we go. I could also add one up here. Gonna make it extend out of the wooden plank like so. There we go. That looks so cool. And there we go. We now have the second lava drop done. Now I'm gonna make these small little magma thingies like so. This looks so cool so far. I can't even lie, bro. And now the last thing we have to do is make a new layer and draw in the gorilla tag text. And now what I'm gonna do is grab the text tool over here and then search up marshmallow, which gives us this cool marshmallow looking text, which is really good for the cartoon style that we're going for. So now I'm gonna type in gorilla and rotate it slightly like that, and I'm gonna make a new text and call it tag and just make the tag really big right here. The base of it is now done, so the last thing we have to do is color it. We'll make a new layer and get a dark tone of brown and just start filling in the color of the wood. And also, if you made it this far into the video, at 100k subscribers, I'm gonna be giving away 100,000 shiny rocks, so make sure to join my Discord because I'm gonna be doing the giveaway in there. And subscribe if you're enjoying these types of videos. There we go. And let's go ahead and shade this thing. So I'm gonna get a darker tone of brown. Just make it go roundly down like this. Nice. Just fill in the blank spot. Give it a big shadow right here. Tiny little shadow right here. And that should mostly be done with the shadows, but we're actually not done because if you couldn't tell, there's missing planks throughout the entire thing. So I'm gonna be able to make those just to give it some variety, just like that. And keep in mind, I'm not the best at drawing, so if you have any tips, make sure to comment them down below. Anyways, let's make a new layer again and get an even darker tone of gray. So now I'm just gonna color the darker parts even more dark so you really give it this cool shadow effect. And look, it's already starting to make it look way better. And now it's time to do it for the right side. There we go. It looks so nice. Also make a shadow under this thing right here. I don't feel like I should make it fully like that, so I'm gonna make these small little cracks in it. And I'm also gonna do it throughout the entire thing. Nice. With a big shadow right here because it has a big shadow already. And now for the final shadow I'm gonna have to do is make a new layer, get a really dark shadow, and just start shading it over like this. Because when I lower the opacity of it, look at that amazing effect it gives. And now it's finally time to do the highlights. So now I'm gonna get a lighter tone of brown. And look, I'm not gonna do anything crazy. So I'm just gonna shade the edges like this. Awesome. Get rid of that. Tiny one as well right here. Another one right there. And there we go. That's the first, second layer done of the highlights. So now let's move on to the really light tone of brown. Make a brand new layer again. And just start shading it like this. And lower the opacity of it. And that really gives it this cool looking effect. So now we basically have the wooden plank done. So the last thing I have to do is color out the lava drops. And there we go. But it doesn't look that great right now. So I'm gonna double click the layer. And then this is gonna pop up. So now I'm gonna click bevel and emboss. Then just put the opacity up on both. I'm gonna give it a drop shadow as well. There we go. And now the last thing we have to do for this logo is make the text blend into the wooden sign. So I'm gonna double click the layer, change the color of it, make it a really dark orange, and make a drop shadow on it. And then I'm gonna go to blending options right here and put the opacity down, which makes it look like it's blended into the wood, which is exactly what we were looking for. And I'm just gonna click the effects right here and then drag it onto the gorilla text. And there we go.